It's a match that fans in both cities have been eagerly waiting for since it was announced that Reno would add a USL franchise. For the first time in the regular season, the Sacramento Republic makes the trip over the hill for a showdown with the Reno 1868 Football Club. It's United Soccer League action right now on My21 TV. Live from the biggest little city in downtown Reno, welcome to our broadcast tonight alongside Colin Tabor. I'm Alex Margulies. Colin, this has been a match that both teams, as we mentioned, not only the fans, but these two clubs have been eagerly awaiting the opportunity to play, and maybe more importantly, both at 15 points, an opportunity to continue to vault up in the Western Conference standings.
Yeah, Alex, it'll be a good opportunity for both teams to really cement themselves in the playoff spot. Third place is up for grabs, and it'll be an interesting match. The Battle of the Sierras. We have a lot of Sacramento fans here in Reno today. Yeah,
you saw that shot there of the Tower Bridge Battalion. Many fans have made the drive over the hill and eagerly awaiting kickoff here tonight. It has been pushed back a little bit later to allow for the sun to set, make the environment a little bit more comfortable for the fans. So we will have a little bit of a longer pregame show here tonight. We'll have a full breakdown, show you the lineups, and show you some of the matchups to look forward to in this contest tonight. But for now, let's take a look back at some of the great goals that have happened here at Greater Nevada Field in the inaugural season of the Reno 1868 Football Club. Puts into the middle, header is in! And there it is! The first ever goal in Reno 1868 history, and it's the Jamaican Brenton Griffiths.
Watch as he gets up and just slam dunks this thing in the back of the net. Oh, man. That's exciting to watch.
Goal! Junior Burgos puts it in. And Reno has a 1-0 lead. Here's Junior Burgos from the corner. Grassa gets his head on it. He had it again. Goal! Jordan Morrell. And Reno, just like that, 2 minutes later, they're back in front 2-1.
Look at Matt LaGrassa. Just a great ball across by LaGrassa on the header. Keep it in play. Oh, Morrell, well done, buddy.
Here comes Burgos. Headed in. Number 6 of the Knights. And it's a headed goal from Jimmy Ockford. Oh, baby.
Dangerous ball in. That flat, driven ball from Junior Burgos, and Jimmy Ockford's able to get the clear run up. No one's marking him, and it's an easy header past Brian Meredith to cap off an amazing night for Reno 1868.
Now LaGrassa can't get it. Weehan again. Ockford headed. Goal! Jimmy. 2 yellows, and now the penalty kick, and it's blocked by Byers. Second chance. Goal! Dane Kelly again. Crosses it. Lindo Mafeka. Left-footed strike, and it's in. Off the post and good. Lindo Mafeka.
Lindo Mafeka has a lot of space on that far post. Tulsa keeps trying to get numbers into the man with the ball, and they're able to find Lindo Mafeka.
Another shot here, and it's Opano. Antoine Opano finds the back of the net. And Reno just cannot be stopped right now.
Reno are running away with this game. Fans, the Battleborn Brigade have been treated to 10 goals for and 0 against.
Dane Kelly the answer. We're tied up at 1. Gets it up to Felipe. Luis Felipe, right-footed strike, and it's in! Luis Felipe has given Reno a 2-1 lead.
Well, they showed him onto his left foot, and he went and beat them with the step over, and with his right foot tucked away, a nice, cool finish. They never saw that coming from Luis Felipe. Well done from the Brazilian.
His first goal in a Reno 1868 uniform. And what a strike that was. Here's the back it out of Felipe. Here comes Reno on the attack. Richards. Brett Richards. Goal! But all right, welcome back inside Greater Nevada Field in downtown Reno, 1868. A look at some of their fans. They come in riding hot. They have won 4 and drawn once out of their last 5. They have not lost since back on April the 15th in San Antonio. They will try to keep their unbeaten streak alive tonight with 3 very big points on the line against the Sacramento Republic as they come in at 4, 5, and 3. See some of the fans here tonight. There is a look at the supporters section for Sacramento. The Tower Bridge Battalion. They got bear suits on. They got drums. They're going to be loud tonight, and certainly it's going to add a little bit more of an atmosphere here tonight, Colin, than we're usually accustomed to in these Reno 1868 games. We don't see a ton of away fans.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen a real away section for Reno 1868 this season, so it'll be really exciting to see that battle between the two sets of fans here.
All right, let's take a look at some of the key matchups for tonight's action. We'll start first with Sacramento, and the guy leading them in the middle, Danny Barrera from Columbia, the 27-year-old, has been a star player.
Yeah, he's a very talented player, Danny Barrera. Expect him to really lead that midfield. I played every minute this season. Very good player for Sac Republic.
Barrera was an all USL first-team selection last year, and certainly will be one to look out for in the midfield. On the other side of the field for Reno 1868, what else can we say about this guy, Dane Kelly? He has been unbelievable. 1 goal away for 60 in his career. He's the all-time leading scorer in USL history, and he is the leading scorer this season with already 11 goals in 2017 for this Reno 1868 football club.
His stats speak for himself. Dane Kelly, 1 away from having 12 goals, which would be tied for his record season already here in June. So Dane Kelly's been on fire this season. He can't stop scoring.
Kelly scored a goal in Wednesday night's contest against Rio Grande Valley as 1868 came out on top 3-2. Kelly has now scored in 5 consecutive games, and in 2 of those contests, he had hat tricks. This has been a high volume attacking offense for Reno 1868. 26 goals on the year. That is good for second best in the entire 30-team USL circuit, and we'll see what Sacramento can do to stop them here tonight. It is worth mentioning this is the first official regular season game between these two clubs, but they've seen each other as recently as last week in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It was the Republic knocking Reno out with a 2-0 victory, but in that game, Colin, Reno without Dane Kelly. They were also out without Lindo Mafeka, so some key pieces missing in that match.
Yeah, I think that was vital for Sacramento winning because I do believe that Dane Kelly and Lindo Mafeka are the 2 best players on Reno 1868.
All right, we're going to step aside now. The national anthem coming up here at Greater Nevada Field. We'll return with our starting lineups and kickoff between Reno 1868 and Sacramento Republic. Let's listen in. All right, very nicely done, and we are just a couple moments away from kickoff here tonight in the very first regular season matchup between two rivals separated by only a 2-hour drive, Reno and Sacramento. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Let's begin with the Republic, led by Paul Buckle, and for his squad here tonight, Colin, not a whole lot of changes, and that's one of the benefits that Sacramento can have in the fact that they're not affiliated with an MLS team. And a couple names to look out for. Sammy Ochoa at the top, and a little bit of a misprint there. It's not Harry Williams at the top, it's Sammy Ochoa and Trevin Caesar. Those two guys certainly have been dangerous.
Yeah, Trevin Caesar, Brenton Griffith's old teammate at formerly OC Blues. He's a very quick forward. He'll look for him to get behind that Reno backline and try to get some goals. Sammy Ochoa, a little bit more of a playmaker. Expect him to try and find a little bit of space to dictate play and make things happen.
Actually, I apologize. I had it incorrect. It is Williams and Ochoa. Atop Caesar is withheld from the lineup tonight, so our graphic is correct. Let's take a look at Reno now for the 1868, and this has been a really good group, Colin, these last couple games as they've all had a chance to play together, led at the top by Dane Kelly, but Antoine Hopino, he's been outstanding. One newcomer as a starter, Felipe Fernandez. He came on as a substitute last week, and he was terrific.
Yeah, well, 1 goal, 1 assist for Luis Felipe Fernandez coming off the bench for Seth Kasipli in the second half. He gets the start today for Reno.
A lot of health for this team, a club that battled injuries early, but they're healthy at the back four, and that has been a real bright spot for them as well. The two coaches for this evening's action, we'll start with the officials actually. Katja Koroleva will be the center referee on the sides. Jacob Harold, Ariel Aguilera, and Joe Pickens on the sideline. The head coach for Sacramento Republic, Paul Buckle, he's been their head man since 2015. Hails from England, and he has done good work with this club, 31 wins to only 19 losses. On the other side of the field, Ian Russell for Reno 1868. How incredible of a job this guy has done, Colin. Rough start early in the year, but he has really held this club together, and now they are playing as one of the best teams in the entire United Soccer League.
Yeah, Ian Russell really bounced back from a rather disappointing start. His first head coaching job, he has done a fantastic job with this Reno 1868 team. They are really clicking, and they're scoring goals for fun lately.
Well, you can hear the drums from down below. Sacramento and their fans, they are ready to get this one going. There they are in a white and gray jersey look. And on the other side of the field in the blues, Reno 1868, led by that man, 26-year-old Jamaican striker Dane Kelly. Can he do it again? 5 consecutive games with at least 1 goal. Can he make it 6? He has been tough for the opposing defenses to stop.
If I were a betting man, I'd put Dane Kelly to score.
All right, so a couple minutes away from kickoff here tonight. Colin, when you look at the first couple of minutes in a match like this, when there is a rivalry, there is going to be some heated tension. What are you looking for in these opening minutes between these two rivals?
I think it's going to be a really cagey match to start off with. I think both teams are really going to try to neutralize each other's midfields, not give each other a bunch of space, especially between the midfield and defense. Both teams are playing in a 4-4-2 diamond, so it's going to match up on the field. So it's going to be really condensed. A lot of the play will be in the middle.
Well, we are underway tonight here in the biggest little city, Reno 1868 and the Sacramento Republic. Glad to have you aboard for our broadcast here tonight, whether it's on My21 TV or for those of you watching online on YouTube and USLsoccer.com. Reno able to control the ball past the midfield. Quick pass from Hopino up to Dane Kelly. Kelly met on the defense by Julius James, 32-year-old defender from Trinidad and Tobago, and he will pass it back to the keeper, Evan Newton. Sacramento jostling between a couple different goalkeepers in Newton and Dominic Jokubek. And over these last couple games, it's been Newton who has taken control of that job.
Yeah, he got a shutout against Rio Grande Valley last weekend, so it looks like he gets the nod again today. Good goalkeeper.
Newton's only allowed 6 goals in 7 matches. We'll see if Reno can do some damage against him tonight. Last game against Rio Grande Valley, that was a club who had not allowed more than 1 goal in any contest all year. Yet Reno was able to score 3 goals. They'd only allowed 5 the entire season. A tremendous offensive effort to top the Toros 3-2.
I think at this point it doesn't matter how good teams' defensive records are because Reno's still going to score against them. They have such a lethal attack. Antoine Opino, Dane Kelly, Lindo Mafeka, Chris Wehan, they're going to be guys that get goals no matter what.
A lot of weapons, an awfully talented team for an exhibition club. They have done a really, really good job putting together this roster with the help of the San Jose Earthquakes, who are the Major League Soccer affiliate for Reno. Here comes Sac Republic on the offensive end. There's Danny Barrera. Talked about him during the pregame. Tries to sneak one in there, but it's taken away by Chris Wehan, cleared away. It'll ricochet off the head of Lindo Mafeka, and Republic still with a chance here in the 3rd minute. Matt LaGrassa steps up, wins that ball, and here comes Reno going the other way.
Here, just like Wednesday game against Rio Grande Valley, we see Luis Felipe Fernandez on the right. A little uncomfortable there, but with his left foot, he can cut in and really make a nuisance for himself in the middle. We saw him score a goal with his right foot too, so
yeah,
he has that in his locker.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was talking to Ian Russell about that with Wehan on the left and Luis Felipe on the right. Their natural strong foot is on the inside. He said, you know what that does? It helps create pressure on the inside. It's almost by design to make them a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, this Reno attack, they really try to spearhead the middle. They don't really worry about width a lot.
Here's Chris Wehan from the corner. Headed by Morel and headed out of bounds.
Something I find interesting about Reno 1868 and attacking corners, their 2 strikers, Opino and Dane Kelly, aren't even in the box. That's how strong that back line is in the air. The strikers are there defending the counterattacks rather than trying to get a head on it themselves.
Danny Barrera able to get away from Antoine Opino, who'll send it up top. Trying to find a break here. Here's a chance for Sacramento, and stopped by Andrew Tarbell. And Tarbell will have to go and a little bit of a takeout there just outside the box. Contacts, but what a save by Andrew Tarbell.
Tarbell does so well to make himself big and cut off that angle so Blackwood doesn't have anywhere to shoot. Unfortunate to give up the foul there right outside the box, though. He'll have to organize this wall and make sure Sacramento can't get a chance off of this.
Well, and as much as that was a risky takedown for Tarbell, the fact that it's just outside the box, really, really fortunate that this is not going to be a penalty kick.
Yeah, that was right on the line. It looked close to being a penalty, so Reno can breathe a sigh of relief and try to defend this.
Fans, you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays 9 Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. And, well, after talking things over, the head referee, Katja Koroleva, has decided that it will be a Reno ball. And you saw the kick there from Tarbell. So no set-piece opportunity for Sacramento, but a dangerous early scoring opportunity as they're able to find Tyler Blackwood one-on-one with goal.
Yeah, very dangerous opportunity from Blackwood. Tarbell did very well to make sure that nothing came out of it. But it looks like Sacramento are trying to press this Reno team high. They're trying to suffocate that midfield. We saw earlier Luis Felipe had the ball. 4 people were around him. It'd be tough to get out of there and try to find the attackers.
Lindo Mafeka gets it up to Antoine Opino. Chris Christian sends it back. Matt LaGrosse is stepping up to keep Reno's possession. A loud night at Greater Nevada Field. Both fan bases very, very active here in the first 5 minutes of play.
Good hold-up play from Dane Kelly there to keep possession. And this is something that Reno 1868 likes to do. If it's not on, they'll bring it back and try to bring it to the other side. They don't try to force things too much.
The captain, Jimmy Ockford, sending it up to Brent Richards. Richards unable to sneak it through. Jeremy Hall with the interception. Luis Felipe sends it back the other way, but right into the feet of Julius James. Back to Christian. And all the way back to the keeper, Evan Newton, 29 years old from Virginia Beach, Virginia. 20 appearances last year in his first season with Sacramento. Has also had some time with the Oklahoma City Energy. At one point in time, a 7th overall pick in the MLS Super Draft, taken by the Houston Dynamo out of Old Dominion. He's 29, but still viewed as a talented keeper. And after some great years of service from Dominic Jakubek, it might be time for Newton to take over that role permanently.
Yeah, Jakubek's getting up there in age, and Evan Newton's done well this season, so it looks like this spot's his to grab.
No score here early on. Sacramento with a chance in the opening minutes. Tyler Blackwood going one-on-one with Andrew Tarbell, but the former Clemson keeper up to the challenge. Tarbell getting a chance to play in 2 consecutive matches this week in Reno. First round pick this year by the San Jose Earthquake, taken 8th overall, out of last year's draft, 8th overall out of Clemson, and a guy they view as a young, talented up-and-comer.
Andrew Tarbell's been great for Reno 1868. This is his 4th game now, and every single one he's looked solid as a goalkeeper.
Danny Barrera with the throw in for Sacramento, and will pass it backwards. Instead, it'll be Elliot Horde, 25-year-old from Fresno.
Elliot Horde's someone who likes to get up that right flank a lot. He's going to have a lot of space. It's going to be a really condensed midfield, so both teams are going to look to try and find their fullbacks out wide making those runs.
Agustin Cazares will send it wide to the top of the field for James Kiffey. Christian gets it back into the middle of the field. Horde wants to try and push it up forward. Being matched up with Chris Weehan. Now he'll retreat. Befeka got his foot in there trying to get it to Opano, and now a whistle blown, and now they're going to let play continue. It looked like they might have stopped it there for Barrera, but not the case. Now Sacramento gets it into the box. Tarbell, though, easily able to come up and grab that one.
Yeah, pretty surprising from the referee to let that quick free kick go. She wanted to make sure that Danny Barrera was okay, but they just played the quick free kick anyway.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Dane Kelly with the ball. Quick touch there to Opano. See who it was last touched by. It looked like Opano hit that one out of bounds, and so a goal kick coming up for Evan Newton.
Well done from Julius James to snip that danger. He saw that run from Opano and was able to make sure nothing came of it.
See a look at the Reno supporters section. The Battle Born Brigade behind the goal there, waving their flags. They have been great here in the first couple months of this inaugural season. Barrera gets it out in the open fields. Here comes Horde again. Being matched up with Weehan. Sends it back for Hall. Jeremy Hall, 28-year-old from Tampa Bay, Florida. Guy that has seen time both as a center back as well as in the midfield tonight, getting the start as a midfielder for Paul Buckle's team. Here's a look for Dane Kelly. Being matched up by Christian, can't control it, and it'll be Kiffey coming up to take it back the other way.
That was a good diagonal run from Dane Kelly. Expect him to try and make those runs in the corner. In a diamond, the forwards need to be the ones to make those runs out wide, and he made a good diagonal run, but nothing came of it, unfortunately, for Reno.
Here's Jordan Morrell, defender from London, England. Brenton Griffiths will pop it up the opposite side for Brent Richards. Now Matt LaGrassa. LaGrassa with a hard takedown there, and that will draw a whistle as he knocked down Tyler Blackwood, and that'll be an interesting matchup here tonight. We'll see a lot of LaGrassa and Blackwood.
LaGrassa, the former Sacramento Republic player, he's got a point to prove against his old team.
I know he was frustrated with the result, especially in that Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup loss last week. There was a moment in the second half where he had a bit of a lapse, and it resulted in the second goal for Sacramento that really put the nail in the coffin. I don't think anyone wants to win this game more tonight than Matt LaGrassa, a guy who's from Elk Grove, a Sacramento, California native.
Born and raised in Sacramento, Matt LaGrassa, he's a competitor. He's someone that wants to win no matter the cost. He's gonna put 100% in, 90 minutes, week in, week out. He's someone that is just so reliable there in that holding midfield role. He'll always give 100%, no matter what.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit Visit NikeSoccer.com. Elliott Horde with the throw in for Sacramento here. He'll get it in for Hall. Too strong there, goes out of bounds in front of Kiffey, and here comes Luis Felipe Fernandez. Born from Brazilian parents, grew up in New York. Just signed last month by Reno and making his first start in an 1868 uniform.
He's already made a big influence in this team, as we spoke earlier. Came off the bench and got a goal and assist last game. He's someone who's comfortable in possession, also strong defensively too.
Brent Griffith steps up, gets it to Openo, and then Dane Kelly takes an awkward shot, couldn't square it up, as that one will trickle out of bounds to take another look. Good chance there, just couldn't square up the ball.
Yeah, I think Dane Kelly's the type of person who always has a couple shots that are question marks in the beginning, but he's finding that net, and by the second or third one, it's always a goal.
Pretty amazing. 11 goals already this season for Kelly. It's his 6th season in the USL, and I mentioned earlier he's the all-time leading scorer, but he has never scored more than 12 in a year, and if he gets one tonight, he will match that and also get to 60 overall, which is just remarkable.
Yeah, he's had such a good season, Dane Kelly. He has to be in a lot of MLS clubs' radar after the last couple weeks he's been having. Not only scoring goals, but he's getting back defensively. He's pressing defenders. He has good link-up play, too. Couple goals where he switched the field himself. Dane Kelly's been all around a very good soccer player these last few weeks.
Well, and a hard takedown there from Julius James. And things starting to get a little bit chippy. James given a yellow card, and he's a guy that was very vocal, aggressive in the preseason match that happened here at Greater Nevada Field, regularly involved in some shoving matches. This is a 32-year-old. This is kind of his role, to be that tough enforcer, a guy that spent 5 years in the MLS with a handful of clubs.
Yeah, he's the type of player that's hard to get past. He's going to put tackles in, but now that he has a yellow early on, he's going to have to be wary of that. He's not going to be able to play his same aggressive style now.
James with time with Toronto, Houston, DC United, and Columbus. 95 career games in the MLS. First year in Sacramento, last year playing in the NASL with Fort Lauderdale, where he was a teammate of Luis Felipe Fernandez. It's a good Fort Lauderdale team.
It was. It's unfortunate that they're not around anymore, because that was a good team.
Tarbell will send it up to Morel. Quick touch pass from Weehan, taken back by the Republic. Trying to find Barrera there, and Griffiths will just send it out of bounds.
Yeah, just playing it safe from Brenton Griffiths. This Sacramento Republic team's pressing very high with numbers. The center backs want to make sure they don't make any mistakes, because these other players will be able to take advantage of anything.
Popped up into the box. Tarbell will punch it away with his right fist. Weehan trying to clear it away. Can't do it. Hall will step up. He'll keep it in play, but now Weehan will get a chance to grab the ball. Sends it forward up to Dane Kelly. Or excuse me, that's Lindo Mafeka. Mafeka tripped up. We'll get a whistle as Cazares came in. Now LaGrassa came in with a slide, but here comes Sacramento. The miss by Griffiths. Tarbell is going to come up and blast it away.
This game's getting a little frantic. Reno will want to slow down the play a little bit and play their style rather than let it come to this.
You know, I feel like from seeing several matches here in Reno, Sacramento is the only team that has really been able to do this to Reno, where they kind of create this franticness, and Reno isn't really able to establish how they want to play.
Yeah, this really plays into Sacramento's hands. They're able to get a lot of numbers forward. They're able to force Reno into mistakes. And we saw in that cross earlier from Kiefe, there were 5 players in the box. That's something that they're going to have to look out for.
Well, this is going to be a really tough assignment tonight for Concha Koroleva, our head referee. Here's another look at what happened between Hall and Mafeka.
Nice little back heel.
So it would be a Sacramento ball here into the 17th minute. A reminder, a game brought to you by Coors Light. The bigger the mountain, the better the reward. Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. LaGrassa gets his head in there. Hall, though, is ready for it as James steps up from his backfield spot. Sends it forward for Barrera. Good takeaway there by LaGrassa.
Well done from Openo to track back and break up play there with Matt LaGrassa.
Here comes Chris Christian now, one of the Sacramento center backs. Out to Horde, who has been playing forward. Two teams that like to get some of their backs involved. We've seen Brent Richards up for Reno. We've seen Elliott Horde playing forward for Sacramento.
And Kiefe as well. Sacramento sending both fullbacks forward. That's going to be tough for this Reno defense to deal with. But it also is going to open up this team, and Reno will be dangerous on the counterattack if they can slide Dane Kelly or Antoine Openo through. Expect Dane Kelly to make a lot more of those diagonal runs because that's where the space is.
Felipe coming up for a challenge. Can't get it away. And it looks like they want a start up top. Felipe gets a piece of it to Openo and then knocked away by Kiffey. "18 minutes gone here tonight at Greater Nevada Field, and we are still scoreless. Reno has yet to have a great opportunity. Sacramento has had one when Tyler Blackwood got in front of Andrew Tarbell, but he was able to make a great save to keep this 0-0. Reno trying to advance forward now. Openo gets it to Kelly. Reno's got some numbers now. Up to Morrell. Morrell blasts it high. Jordan Morrell. Oh, what a chance he had there right in front of Evan Newton, but he blasts it over the top crossbar.
Jordan Morrell, he's been playing center back up until recently. Now left back, pretty excited to get forward and looked a little too excited there and didn't compose himself.
What a great pass by Kelly. We talk about his ability to score, but what a nice job there setting up Jordan Morrell.
Yeah, nice little through ball to Jordan Morrell. You expect him to do better to put that on target though.
So both teams now with an opportunity that has made the other club sweat. Here comes Felipe again. Got a little ahead of himself there that time, as Christian will send it back to Newton. Fans of USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. You can stay up to date with the latest league news and information by visiting uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter at USL. Here comes Danny Barrera, taken down, no whistle. Morrell is on the ball now.
Great diagonal run there from Openo.
Antoine Openo shoved to the ground by Hall. Again, not getting a whistle, and it is a physical of a game. This appears to be Concha Corraleva, maybe letting it happen a little bit.
Yeah, definitely letting things happen, but if it keeps up, then this game could get out of hand because I believe that's a foul. Openo does well to hold up the ball and then just gets shoved down.
A very aggressive play here in the opening half from downtown Reno. Jimmy Ockford get himself in good position there, popped up by Tarbell, and a nice job there by Richards to keep that one in play. Now LaGrassa gets it up to Kelly. Kelly trying to time things up, but Openo not there. Now he takes a strike, and maybe not the time to take a shot from that far out of the box. He had a sprinting Chris Weehan to his left. I'm not sure he saw him.
Oh, he saw him, but Dane Kelly's the type of person to take the shot anyway. And when the form he's in right now, you can't really blame him too much. Like I said, he'll take a couple questionable shots in the beginning, and then the next one's a goal.
Well, when the foot is hot, you got to ride that hot foot.
Definitely, and he's been scoring goals for fun lately, so you can't blame him for that. But Chris Weehan might.
Good ball there. Get it up to Kelly, fighting with James, excuse me. Kelly able to hold up on it, getting shoved around. Still fighting with him. Look at this matchup here.
Wow, excellent hold-up play from Dane Kelly there to earn that throw-in. Very good stuff. Made the diagonal run that we've been talking about and held up against a very big center back in Julius James.
I have a feeling these two are going to go at it a lot tonight. Mafecchia in the box takes his shot and ricochets away. LaGrassa picked up by Newton.
Well done from Newton to hold on to it. Openo was coming in looking for that rebound. Goalkeeper did well there.
Sacramento quickly pushing it back the other way. Here's Barrera out to Horde. They've been liking getting him out to him on the wing so far tonight. Now back into the middle. He'll send it wide up top for Kiffey. Mafecchia trying to get it away. Richards will now. Back to Mafecchia. Linda Mafecchia getting shoved around by Jeremy Hall, and this time that will draw a whistle.
A lot of shoves coming from Jeremy Hall, Julius James, and the rest of these Sacramento players. They're not giving this Reno team any time or space on the ball, and they're getting physical with them.
Richards will flip the field, send it down to Morrell. Now Brenton Griffiths stepping up from center back. Weehan trying to send it over to Morrell. Can't quite hit it cleanly. LaGrassa comes up again.
Well done from LaGrassa there to keep the pressure on.
Brent Richards. Mafecchia wide to Morrell. Trying to set something up here. Mafecchia trying to find Kelly, goes too far. Chris Christian able to grab it for Sacramento and sends it backward to Horde. Trying to spur a counterattack that time, but not going to happen as Brenton Griffiths fights off Harry Williams.
Now it looks like Reno's trying to slow down the tempo a little bit, play their game, not force things.
Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Field, and what a beautiful night it is here in downtown Reno in the first regular season matchup between Reno and Sacramento. Quick touch pass there. Chance for Sacramento, and good job by Griffiths to get it away from Tyler Blackwood.
This level of intensity and pressure is something that Reno hasn't seen since their 4-0 loss to San Antonio, so they're having trouble dealing with it right now. Of course, it's a much different team than back then at the beginning of the season.
Able to clear it out of the box. Mafecchia trying to find Openo. Another chance for Sacramento to regroup. James comes up now from the backfield, gets it over to Horde. Cazares. Up top for Kiffey. Into the box and reflected out of bounds. And trying to figure out still who last touched that one, as our head referee will go take a look at Brenton Griffiths. Here's a collision, and it looked like that was last touched by Sacramento. We'll see if she saw it that way.
Cazares did well to get up there and win the header against a much bigger Brenton Griffiths, but should have been a goal kick.
So instead it'll be Barrera coming from the corner. He's got a goal and 3 assists. No one has created more chances in the USL this year than Danny Barrera. 37 chances created. With his left foot. Pops it up. Griffiths gets it away temporarily. Oxford kicks it away. Back to midfield. Weehan trying to put some pressure on Horde. He gets it back up to Christian. Harry Williams. Back out to Barrera. They'll send it back wide to Horde. And another whistle blown by Koroleva.
Speaking of Danny Barrera's chance creation stat, Sacramento would have a lot more goals if their conversion rate was better. They've been missing a lot of chances this season.
How incredible is that? They have taken the third most shots in the USL this year, yet they have converted only they're 22nd in conversion rate. Paul Buckle expects to see more from his team with that.
Yeah, guys like Sammy Ochoa, like Trevin Caesar, like Harry Williams will want to be getting more goals. They create a lot of chances, but Sammy Ochoa, top scorer, only on 4 goals. They can do better than that. But defensively, they've been very solid. They've been frustrating for this Reno team, especially in the midfield.
Openo battling in the box just where he likes to be. No one is better than getting takedowns in the box than Antoine Openo.
Oh, he's earned something like 4 penalties in his last 4 or 5 games. He's someone that defenders aren't quite sure what to do. Do they take a challenge? Do they hold him up? And he just, if they make that challenge, he always gets his foot in front of it, and he knows how to earn that foul.
The battle continues here tonight at Greater Nevada Field, 0-0 into the 28th minute. A reminder, our game tonight brought to you by Coors Light. What would we be without our mountains, without the things that push us further and call us higher? Whatever your mountain, climb on. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility. Here's a throw in from Horde. Pereira able to get it out of there. Now Dane Kelly. Kelly gets away, trying to find Openo. It was a little bit too antsy that time. And it gets back to Newton.
Jeremy Hall is doing a very good job of when Reno win the ball and try to attack quickly, he drops back in with his center backs and they form a functional back 3 because the fullbacks are so high up, and they stay deep in central because they don't want to give that space in behind.
Horde tries to get into the box, and Ockford did well there to kick it out of play. That was a dangerous spot, but now another corner kick coming for Sacramento. Reno, a team that's very good in the air, but so is Sacramento. We've seen how physical and strong some of their backs can be. Should be an interesting matchup tonight.
Guys like Chris Christian, Julius James, and Sammy Ochoa, tall guys who are strong in the air. And Danny Barrera will try to put on one of their heads.
Here comes Barrera. Into the box. Cleared away by Griffiths.
Good reaction there from Griffiths to get to the ball before the Sacramento players. And now Reno can clear their lines.
Popped up into the box again. And whistle blown as James and Morrell get tied up. And a whistle will go against Julius James this time. Oh, Andrew Tarbell will take his time, let his team move forward. Sacramento has been kind of living in this part of the field these last couple of minutes. I think he'd like to see that flip around for a little bit.
Yeah, and what you can say is Reno are so dangerous on the counter that that can change. But Sacramento's center backs, along with defensive mid Jeremy Hall, have done a very good job of nullifying that counterattack and making sure that there's not space in behind. Openo and Dane Kelly have done well on the diagonal runs, but then they're isolated in the corner, and Reno's not quick enough to get up the field to try and support them.
At this point, Sacramento's held the ball about 55% of the time. And it's been Reno with 5 shots on goal to only Sacramento's 2, although it feels like it's been a lot more even. Into the box again, punched away by Tarbell. Boy, he has been really good so far tonight. LaGrassa, perfect ball there to Weehan, but a good job as a sliding Ochoa gets it back for Sacramento, but some good play there by Reno.
Yeah, Reno did really well with the third man run to get Weehan through past the midfield line, but Sammy Ochoa tracking back from forward makes it a huge tackle. It might not seem that big, but that was a big tackle. Sacramento were on the back foot. Well done from the forward.
As you mentioned, I mean, this has been a Sacramento team that has handled Reno's counter very well so far tonight.
Yeah, definitely. They're not giving them that space. They're condensing the midfield. They're making it a physical match, which does not play in Reno's favor.
Reno sending some numbers forward. Felipe out to Richards. Brent Richards can't quite get it past a couple of defenders. Kicked out of bounds, but a corner kick coming for Reno. They'll send Chris Weehan out to take it. Speaking of chances created, he's been good himself. 20 for Chris Weehan this year, and that is one of the best in the USL.
Yeah, and he wasn't a consistent starter in the beginning of the season either. He's done very, very well in the last month or so. Chris Weehan's an excellent player.
Ball comes in from Weehan, headed away by Horde. LaGrassa keeps it for Reno. Boy, he has just been all over everything tonight.
Yeah, LaGrassa came to play today. He's been everywhere, winning the ball high up the field, making sure that Sacramento can't have any counterattacks of their own the few times that Reno has been able to get numbers forward.
And again, Lindo Mafeka getting thrown to the ground, and surprised not to see a whistle against Sacramento there. Horde just grabbed Mafeka and threw him down to the grass, but it will be Sacramento ball.
Yeah, I saw Mafeka get some hands on him before, but still surprising call.
Not necessarily the type of game Lindo Mafeka wants to get in. He's only about 5'6" tall, and against some of these big backs for Sacramento, he's having a hard time getting some space.
Yeah, Mafeka thrives in an open game where he can find space between the defense and midfield, run at people, and then spring Antoine Openo or Dane Kelly through, but they're not giving him that kind of space. They know that he's dangerous, and they're making sure that nothing comes to him, and if it does, then they're right on him.
Griffith stepping up, taking it back for Reno. Sprinting in those yellow cleats. The Jamaican, one of 3 on the roster from the island, along with Kelly and Brian Brown, another forward who has been injured for the last month and a half. Congratulations to Griffiths. Became a father last week to a beautiful baby girl.
Yeah, congratulations to Brenton and his wife. They should be very happy. Speaking of Brian Brown, though, I think this would be a good game for him to have a physical forward who can hold up the ball and take on these players like Christian and James. Unfortunate to see him injured. This is the kind of game he thrives in.
Here's a look at Griffiths again as he sends a wide to the captain, Jimmy Ockford, celebrating his birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jimmy, our captain.
Kelly taken down again. This time it's by Chris Christian. And here comes Koroleva. And you see there Christian just bumping Kelly and knocking him down to the grass.
When you have trouble getting numbers forward like Reno have this first half, set pieces can be crucial, because then everyone can get up the field and you can put a ball into someone's head. So Reno will want to capitalize on these opportunities. It's very important that they do.
So a big chance here in the 35th minute for Reno, as Lindo Mafeka and Chris Weehan will stand over the ball. Reno leaving 2 players back towards midfield. Everyone else is forward. It's going to be Weehan, punched away by Newton.
Excellent goalkeeping from Newton to get to a very dangerous ball in from Chris Weehan. But Reno keeps up the pressure and Openo puts it through.
Openo got it back into the box, but kicked away by James. Mafeka trying to go for the ball there, and he just ran into a Sacramento player. Unfortunate there as Blackwood came up, and it was incidental, but tripping up Tyler Blackwood is Lindo Mafeka.
I thought he got the ball there, and so does Ian Russell, it looks like. That's an unfortunate foul, because Lindo Mafeka does really well to keep the ball in Sacramento's half, something that Reno's been struggling to do.
Here's another look there. You see Mafeka going for the ball, but it was actually Barrera who he takes down. Mufeka gets it up for Opano.
Well done for Matt LaGrassa once again winning that challenge in the middle of the park.
He's won a lot of them tonight, hasn't he?
He has. Like we said, he has a point to prove against Sacramento today.
It'll be a corner kick coming up for Sacramento. And this time they're going to send Agustin Cazares to the corner. Or is he just going to hold on to it? He'll just set it up for Danny Barrera. Led the team in assists last year with 9, played in 37 games. And he has played every single minute this year for Sac Republic. Talented 27-year-old from Columbia. Pops it up, a little bit too high this time, trying to find Hall. Here's Richards to clear it. Fans stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts, Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. Here comes Horde again. Bit of a run here from Sacramento, interrupted though by Jimmy Ockford, doing a great job getting his body in front of Danny Barrera.
Yeah, there's Jimmy Ockford defending on the front foot. He's very good at that. He's not the type of defender to retreat to his box and try to make a block. He wants to win the ball higher up the field than that.
James Kiffey, 28-year-old from Santa Barbara with the throw in. Opano able to win it in front of Kelly, gets it to Dane Kelly. Now finds Antoine Opano, almost taken down, left foot in! Antoine Opano! And Reno has a goal, it's 1-0.
Dane Kelly and Antoine Opano have been the dynamic duo. Nice little flick from Opano, and he gets the 1-2 with Dane Kelly. Speeds past Christian. Instead of looking for that contact, he decides just to finish it himself. Excellent finish from Antoine Opano.
Christian almost took him down in the box. He was trying, watch him here, trying to take him down, and Opano just finds the corner of the net, and what a goal as he gets his 4th of the year, and Reno with a big icebreaker here tonight in downtown.
When you're under the kind of pressure that Reno has been this first half, getting a goal against the run of play is huge. And look at that Battleborn Brigade, they're loving it.
4 goals, 3 assists now for Antoine Opano, the 26-year-old born in Paris, France. Grew up in the Philadelphia area, had some MLS time with the Philly Union, and he has been superb for Ian Russell ever since he was moved up to his natural forward position after kind of feeling his way through the year at midfield.
Yeah, he didn't quite look comfortable on the right side of the diamond. I think he's more of a traditional winger. So Ian Russell moved him to right back where he looked good, but since he's come to forward, it's a whole different Antoine Opano. He's been phenomenal there, making runs in behind, linking up with Dane Kelly and putting goals away as well.
And once again, we talk about the goal scoring ability by Dane Kelly. He had a perfect feed earlier for Jordan Morrell, and he set up the goal for Antoine Opano here for the 1-0 Reno lead.
He did. He's been a chance creator today for Reno. They know that they've been putting numbers on him and freeing up guys like Jordan Morrell and Antoine Opano, and he's been able to give nice layoffs to them, or in the case of Opano's goal, a brilliant through ball.
Well, that's the benefit of Reno. I mean, they've got so many guys that can score. You mentioned earlier, Mufeka can score. Opano can do it. Felipe did it last week. Wean. Their backs have been great at scoring goals. So if guys want to all of a sudden focus all their attention on Dane Kelly, there's a lot of other guys that are capable of scoring for this team. Yeah,
focusing just on Dane Kelly is a big mistake to make, because although he's the top scorer and although he's a brilliant finisher, there's other guys in this lineup who can score. And then Dane Kelly can just act as the creator.
Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Jordan Morrell gets it forward for Chris Wehan. Up to Opano, right foot. gives Kelly a chance. Too much, though, as Newton gets to it first.
Well done from Openo to skip away from danger, and he tries to put Dan Kelly through, but it's just a little bit too much. But that play came from, once again, another Matt LaGrassa win in the middle of the field. Ian Russell has to be happy with his performance in this first half.
I mean, he's been ravenous for the ball tonight.
Oh, he's tried to win it everywhere. I love to see his tackling and interception percentages at halftime because he's done a lot in the center of the park.
So much motivation. He played for Sacramento last year. He's from Sacramento. He was a part of the loss last week in the Mar Hunt US Open Cup, something Reno really badly wanted. They wanted to bring an MLS team here to Reno, and it was Sacramento who stood in the way.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that Real Salt Lake won't be here at Greater Nevada Field next Wednesday. They'll want to recover from that and beat this Sacramento team and get some revenge against them after that loss.
Horde trying to get into the box, headed away by Griffiths, and now a whistle blown as Ochoa getting a little bit too physical there with LaGrassa. Look at him there, just shoves him down to the grass, and that is for sure going to get a whistle for a foul.
Yeah, Sammy Ochoa's not even going for the ball there, just side checks Matt LaGrassa, and he's a bulky guy. Sammy Ochoa's big, he's strong, and Matt LaGrassa's just looking at the ball, so it's going to be a foul every time.
Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. The sun has almost completely set. A windy, cool night for the middle of summer. There is going to be snow over the pass right now in June 10th. What a wild year it has been here in northern Nevada. Record snowfall, and it is a winter that just does not want to go away.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. If you look at the Truckee River just down the street, it is raging. There's been so much snowfall, it's been unbelievable.
Tarbell will watch that one go out of play and take his time to set up a goal kick here as we go into the final couple minutes of the first half. What do you think the strategy is for Reno? Sacramento has had their fair share of chances. They've controlled the ball for the majority of the match in terms of possession. Does Reno want to kind of sit back here and defend goal and go into halftime with a 1-0 lead, or do they continue their aggressive play all the way to the final whistle?
Not necessarily sit back, although they did do well against Rio Grande Valley, switching to a 4-2-3-1 and sitting back. But it's still a lot of soccer to play, and they'll want to maybe grab another goal off the counterattack. I think try to win the midfield battle, let guys like Matt LaGrassa try to defend on the front foot, and send Openo and Dan Kelly through is the strategy right now.
Openo going after that one. James did a good job to kick it out of bounds. Here's a look at the Reno bench. A lot of guys bundled up in the big heavy jackets. Ian Russell pacing around. See him there in the gray pants on the right side of your screen.
Good hold-up play from Openo to earn that throw-in.
They'll bring Brent Richards up. Richards, a couple assists as well as his first goal. In the last match against Rio Grande Valley, he had the game winner in the 76th minute for Reno. Throw in, goes into the box, headed away by James. LaGrassa gets his head on it, kicks it back towards play. Ricochets over, Mafeka. Openo knocked down. Linda Mafeka fighting against Hall. Now he's knocked down again, and that has got to draw a whistle and maybe even a card.
Well done from Mafeka to get his body between Hall and the ball, and he earns that foul to get guys like Jimmy Ockford and Brenton Griffiths up there.
I mean, this has been a regular scene tonight on Lino Mafeka, guys just throwing him down. Look, you can see the leg come in there. Not that time, but then after being unable to get him down, he will just throw his shoulder into him. We've seen that a lot from a bunch of different players in this contest of just wanting to bowl over these Reno players.
Yeah, I think a strategy of Paul Buckle is to make sure that Jeremy Hall does not give Lindo Mafeka any space. He's been man-marking him, following him everywhere today.
Set piece for Weehan. Into the box and headed high. My goodness, Jordan Morrell was wide open. Watch where he is in front of the net here.
Now that's two for Jordan Morrell that he's got to be beating himself up for. Golden opportunity for an empty net. He's all alone on that far post. He has to do better.
And you know what might have happened? It was hard to tell, but that ball was deflected just at the last second before it got to Jordan. I wonder if that kind of crossed him up just enough where he was unable to square that ball up and not be able to put it in the back of the net?
I think he didn't expect it to come to him. It went through a lot of bodies before it finally fell to Jordan Morel, and I think he got caught off guard. Instead of getting up over the ball, he kind of got his head onto it in the last second.
It's like one of the, would you compare it to in basketball, a guy's got an open shot for a three, no one has stood around and he's sitting there going, how am I this open? And maybe you think about it too much and that kind of comes into play?
I just think he didn't ever expect it to come to him. It should have been a catch for Newton, but it goes right past him, and suddenly Jordan Morel, ball's coming right to his head, and he doesn't have the time to really prepare himself.
Well, that's the final whistle of the first half. An exciting first half, an exciting 45 between Reno and Sacramento. A little bit of talking here as the boys head off the field, and it is Reno 1868 with a 1-0 lead against their arch rival Sacramento. They would love to pick up 3 points here tonight and continue a winning streak that has gone all the way back since April the 15th. Reno will hope to stay red hot and finish off Sacramento in this second half. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some interviews. We'll have Matt LaGrassa on the program, the Sacramento native, hear from him, and we'll take a look at those first half highlights when we come back. Again, Reno 1, Sacramento 0 from downtown Reno. All right, welcome back to everybody. I'm Alex Margulies, broadcaster for Reno 1868 Football Club, joined by Matt LaGrassa. And Matt, first season obviously here in Reno, and you came over from Sacramento. What's it been like kind of going to the other side, going to the dark side maybe a little bit from your former team?
No, I don't think it felt quite like that. I think the rivalry's still building, but it just seemed like the right opportunity. So obviously that's why I made the jump. But it's been a fun ride here in Reno.
You started off the season on the bench, but you worked your way into a starting role in the defensive midfielder position. Tell me about your game and just what you're trying to accomplish and make a focal point of your play.
I'm just trying to do the simple things right for the team. Win balls, win tackles, and maybe be a bit of an enforcer, and then just play simple and put the ball where it needs to be for the team. Connect my passes at a high clip is what I'm kind of focused on. The team kind of had to find its identity. I think we're starting to do that now, and we're starting to play some really good soccer.
Obviously, you guys didn't get the results you wanted in the U.S. Open Cup, but you take that away, and this team has been playing extremely good soccer. I mean, You've won 3 matches out of your last 4 in the USL. The other one was just a draw. What's been the key to the turnaround for this team after falling in the first couple matches of the season?
You know, I think we had some results that stung for us early on, and then we were able to kind of regroup. We had a week off where we were able to regroup and kind of train on some style of play type things, and I think that really made a big difference for us. I think some people moved to some different positions that have really changed us and made us more dangerous. And yeah, it's just starting to slowly come together, and we're finding our identity, and I think we're just continuing to get better.
Where do you feel like the confidence of this team is at right now?
I think we're still very, very high, regardless of the result in the Open Cup. We all kind of know that was a lot of games, 5 games in 14 days. So for us, I don't think we'll look on it too much. We'll keep moving forward and hopefully keep our momentum moving in the league.
All right, obviously you didn't get the result against Sacramento in the U.S. Open Cup, but you do get a chance for some retribution in this game. How badly do you want to beat the Republic?
You know, for me it means a lot. Obviously I'm from Sacramento, my family's there. They'll be coming up for the game, a bunch of them. So for me personally it means a lot, and all the points in the league are huge. There's a lot of teams that are stacked together in the middle right now, so 3 points would be big for us and hopefully get us to jump up the table a bit.
All right, before we let you go, you've had a chance to spend some time now here in Northern Nevada. What are some of your favorite things to do?
I'm really enjoying the nature outlets that are around town, hiking, and actually we took a drive off some dirt roads the other day, which was great. The lake's right there, which is beautiful, and so yeah, I mean, a lot of great things to do here in Reno.
All right, Reno 1868 midfielder Matt LaGrassa, appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track.
Oh, hey. She's cute. Nice going, man.
Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
And what a first 45 minutes it was. A 1-0 advantage right now for Reno, 18-68 over their rival, the Sacramento Republic, in a first half that was very physical. It was aggressive and certainly an exciting product, Colin, between these two teams that I know have really been looking forward to getting this regular season match.
Yeah, Alex, it's been a real battle. The rivalry has not been disappointing at all. Both teams really going at it physically, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, and then a great goal from Antoine Opino.
Antoine Opino giving Reno a 1-0 advantage, which let's go ahead and take a look back at all the highlights from the first half of play. And early on, it was Sacramento with an early chance, but look at this save by Andrew Tarbell, and he was great in the first half.
Yeah, he does so well to come off his line here and then sniff out the danger again. Great goalkeeping from Tarbell there.
On the other side of the field, Dane Kelly taking a shot from outside the box. He will get a couple chances in the first half. Another one here as Matt LaGrassa took a shot at goal. Evan Newton was up to the challenge. Sacramento continuing to assault Andrew Tarbell, but they were unable to connect in that first half. But Reno, they were. Antoine Opino getting past Christian, who was trying to take him down in the box, and Opino able to bury his fourth goal of the season.
Yeah, pretty poor defending from Chris Christian, not going to lie. He has the upper hand on Opino, and Opino just still races past him, and Chris Christian can't get his body on him or anything, and Opino's able to just slide past and score.
In the final seconds of the first half, Reno had a chance to add a second goal. Jordan Morel, I think you said, he just never thought that he was going to be in that position, and he was right in front of the net. Look at his face. Right in front of the net with a chance to make it 2-0. Morel had a couple chances in that first half. I think unless he finds the back of the net somehow in the second half, he might be thinking about those a little bit here for the rest of the night.
Yeah, he might have to join in on some finishing drills. Normally a center back, so never has to get up there, but found himself with a couple opportunities there that he really should have put away.
Hey, and he knows what he's doing. He's got a goal this year, put one in against Colorado, but unable to connect in this one here tonight. Some of the players have come back out of the field. Again, it is a chilly night here in northern Nevada, unseasonably cold as the heavy jackets are out, maybe some of the thermal pants and hoodies and things of that nature, trying to keep these guys fresh as we get set for the second 45 minutes. You know, we've talked about this with Reno all season long. This is a club that is always aggressive. They believe in their attack, and it has worked out. 27 goals. That is second most in the USL, and they've done it in only now their 11th game. I'm guessing you don't expect them to really change much philosophy as they go into the second 45.
No, they're not gonna adjust what's been working for them. They've gotten a lot of goals playing the same style, so why change anything? Ian Russell will be speaking to them right now, telling them to go out with that same intensity, win that midfield battle, and try to spring Opino and Dane Kelly through on goal.
Now I'm thinking if you're the Sac Republic, you come away with that first half and at least offensively feel like they created a whole lot of chances for themselves. They weren't able to connect, but as they go into the second half, I have to feel like offensively at least, they feel pretty confident that they might be able to equalize this.
Yeah, only a couple really high-quality chances from Sacramento, but they've had a lot of the ball. And the ball's mostly been in the offensive half for them, and they'll want to make sure they capitalize on something in the second half.
Look at Seth Kasipley, who had started the last few games but was replaced by Luis Felipe tonight. Perhaps we'll see Seth in the second half for Reno 1868. Certainly a big contest tonight. If Reno can hold on, they will vault all the way to third place in the Western Conference. Hard to believe after the way this season started, Colin, a club that had lost their first 3 matches and drawn twice. But since April the 15th, when they lost at San Antonio, who, by the way, is 9-0 this year. But since then, this club has not lost. They have won 4, and they have drawn once, and they will try to make it 5 out of 6 and 16 points in their last 6 matches tonight.
Yeah, after that San Antonio game, a lot of people in USL did not believe in this Reno team. They saw it as another expansion team that wasn't quite ready for the challenge yet. But Ian Russell's proved all those doubters wrong recently.
Reno's only played into their 11th game. The leaders at the top, which Reno's not going to try and catch anytime soon. San Antonio, they've already played 13 matches this year. Real Monarchs have played 12. And again, this is just the 11th for Reno, so a victory would vault them to third and put them in a very nice position here as we get to around the midpoint of this 2017 season to be a playoff team in their inaugural year, which is something Ian Russell was not shy to say at the outset of the season. He didn't want to promise the playoffs, but he looked at his roster and he felt very strong and felt like this could be a playoff team. This is a talented team with great players across the board. Starting 11's fantastic, and even guys on the bench like Mac Pridham and Junior Burgos are very, very good players. Reno really, they have to be feeling good this season so far, and teams have to feel threatened by them. Here's a look at Sacramento. They came in as well, having not lost since May the 13th. They had a tie last time out against Rio Grande Valley. Also a tie against Seattle before topping Tulsa 3-2. 4 wins, 5 losses, and 3 draws for Paul Buckle's team. They both came in, Reno and Sacramento, with 15 points. And the winner of this game tonight will vault up to 3rd place. And Reno is certainly hoping that they can hold on here in the final 45 minutes. They have flipped fields, and here we go. You see Sacramento there in the white, and Reno is in their home blues. No changes for either side as we start the second half. Certainly been a loud night here at Greater Nevada Fields as Sacramento has brought a big chunk of their supporters club, the Tower Bridge Battalion, from the other side of the hill. And Reno 1868 also well represented behind their home goal by the Battle Born Brigade, and several thousand other fans also sprinkled throughout Greater Nevada Fields. Yeah, this Tower Bridge Battalion came in numbers. I can hardly hear myself think. We're right above them, and they've been drumming and singing the whole time. Credit to them and their fans. Your ears ringing yet? Oh, a little bit. A little bit. I think you'll be fine hearing all those drums as long as Reno comes away with a 3-point result tonight. Oh, yeah, it'll be a tough drive back for all of them with a Reno win. It'll be cold on that pass, and they won't be happy if they don't get a result here. Here's James Kiffey for Sacramento, centers it. They'll pop it up into the box, headed away by Ockford. Antoine Opino trying to get a chance at it. Won't get to it in time, though. Moved forward by Ochoa. Back out to Hall. Now Julius James coming up from his center back spot. Into the box, headed and wide. But a dangerous opportunity early for Sacramento as Sammy Ochoa went to the full speared dive there and almost was able to connect past Andrew Tarbell. Yeah, we see Elliot Horde with a lot of space on that right side, and he whips in a brilliant cross for Sammy Ochoa, but his header goes just wide of Andrew Tarbell's post. Great chance there for Sacramento Republic. Here's Jordan Morrell, talked about him at halftime, a guy that had 2 chances in front of the goal in the first half. As a left back, you're not going to see many better chances than the 2 that he got in the first half, and we'll see if maybe he'll get a third here tonight. Yeah, if he gets a third, he's going to want to put that away because he probably went in the locker room not happy with not putting either of those chances away. As it stands right now, Sacramento is still controlling the possession 54% of the time. Throw in goes towards Brenton Griffiths. Back out to Richards. Here comes Matt LaGrassa. It was funny, I was talking to some fans out in the hallway here at the suite level. They said, boy, that number 20, he was all over everything in the first half. We noticed it on the broadcast, but the fans here at the park are seeing it as well. Yeah, even the casual fan can appreciate what Matt LaGrassa does in this team. He breaks up play constantly. He's everywhere. He's making interceptions. He's making tackles. Matt LaGrassa had a first half to be very happy about. Yeah, speaking of interceptions, Reno with 9 so far tonight, 4 for Sacramento. And on the attack, Reno has outshot Sacramento 7-2.
Wow. Curious to see how many of those interceptions are Matt LaGrosse's.
I'd have to think close to half, if maybe not more. I mean, he has been all over it as Lindo Mafeka again taken down to the grass. He is not doing good, rolling around, still hasn't gotten up. It has been a physical game for the South African. Into the box again. Tarbell with two hands will punch it out. Not out of trouble yet. Barrera sends it back, and now the whistle will be blown because Mafeka still is on the ground. And here comes Reno's trainer. Not a good sign for Reno.
Ian Russell will have to be hopeful that Lindo Mafeka's okay. He's been so instrumental to the way this team plays. And Junior Burgos actually has a small calf strain, so he's not in the lineup today. So the replacement's not there either. That could mean that Anibal Echevarria comes in, though.
It looked like he got a hit in the chin. I saw the contact. He was hit in the air. Don't have a replay to show you, but he was hit in the air at the time and hit in the jaw.
Yeah, Ian Russell's giving the assistant an earful. Someone never shies away from telling the ref his opinion on the call. But it looks like Mafeka will be okay, and he'll come on in the next play.
Greater Nevada Credit Union is the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Fields. 2 games this week for Reno, hoping to make it 4 straight wins here in this building. Team won't be back until June 30th when they'll play host to Phoenix.
Well done from Chris Wehan there to sense the danger, and he can spring out a counterattack for Dane Kelly.
Here's Kelly in the box. Centers it for Opano, and then Felipe had another open look at the goal, and he sends it too high.
Oh, that was a great dummy from Opano there. He just lets it go right past him, and Luis Felipe Fernandez is waiting at the top of the box, but he just can't quite get over it.
Too strong, right in front of his old Fort Lauderdale teammate Julius James. And Sacramento will breathe a sigh of relief that it's not 2-0 right now.
That's a classic Reno 1868 play right there. Chris Wehan wins the ball, quickly finds Dane Kelly. Dane Kelly finds Opano, and Opano senses Luis Felipe coming in behind.
It's amazing how quickly Reno can turn the field on somebody.
And they're so good in their transitions. All of a sudden, Sacramento Republic will have the ball, they'll be comfortable with it, and all of a sudden, it's in their box from a Reno counterattack. They're so good at it. And it's never long balls. It's always on the ground. It's always quick two-touch passing.
Danny Barrera takes the quick throw in, gets it in towards Williams. We'll send it back towards Christian, one of the team center backs. Left foot. Wide for Williams. Good movement here by Sacramento. Ochoa. Kelly trying to harass Hall there. Hall able to keep it away from him, gives it back to James.
Great pressure there from Dane Kelly to try to win it from Jeremy Hall. Jeremy Hall did very well, though, and they can keep possession.
Sacramento does keep one guy back, Chris Christian. Everyone else is forward. Both James and Christian staying home now.
Yeah, Sacramento will have to be careful because they're inviting that pressure in from Reno. They mess around with the ball too much in the back. Reno can take advantage and come at them quickly.
All it takes is one mistake right there. That was close to Dane Kelly able to come in for an interception. In that spot, he's going to be one-on-one with goal against Evan Newton, and that is the last thing that Sacramento wants.
No, definitely not. With Kiffey and Horde up the field, their Sacramento center backs will have to be very careful.
Blasted away by Newton. Brent Griffiths. Opano jostling with Hall. Mafeka steps up and tries to spring Wehan. Fans, you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times.
Great play there from Horde to do the 1-2 and then find Harry Williams in the corner.
Ochoa trying to get away from Morel, does so, sends it back to James. Harry Williams had a goal against Reno in that Open Cup game last week. James trying to fire it towards the box. Not going to happen. Kelly trying to control the ball with his back and take it down to the ground, and that will be Reno ball as Sacramento gets set to make their first substitution of the night. And it looks like it will be Christian Cheney to enter play, and he was going to replace Harry Williams.
Yeah, Harry Williams hasn't quite done a lot today, so Cheney will look to make a difference today.
Our substitutions, as always, brought to you by the Les Schwab Tire Center. Lino Mafeka up top for Morel. And Newton will prevent that one from going out of play. Antoine Opino, as usual, trying to be disruptive in the backfield. Always likes to put pressure. Richard sends it back to midfield.
That was well done from Blackwood to earn the foul there. He skips past, but then they come back for the challenge on him.
Well, Concha Koroleva hasn't given many cards tonight, but Ockford came in and barrels over Blackwood, and he will take a yellow card here tonight. Been a tough game to officiate for Concha Koroleva. It has been a physical night here in downtown Reno.
Yeah, this has been a really cagey match. A lot of fouls, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving. It's been a real midfield battle.
They'll give Jeremy Hall, the 28-year-old from Tampa, chance at a set piece here in the 56th minute. Hall gets into the box, too much. He was trying to find Cheney, but it was over his head.
Yeah, Cheney does well to get the advantage on Jimmy Ockford there, but it's just over his head.
Cheney in his first season with the Sacramento Republic, last year playing for the Fresno Fuego of the PDL.
Yeah, it's only played one game before this, 16 minutes played so far in USL, so Christian Cheney will look to make a name for himself and get him in Paul Buckle's plans.
When I was reading the other day that Fresno is making a strong push to try and get a USL team.
Yeah, they actually just hired Frank Yallop, the former Phoenix Rising coach, as their general manager. Frank Yallop's someone who's been in the coaching scene at MLS for a long time. He wanted to be closer to his family in NorCal, and now he has that chance being the GM of this new Fresno Fuego team that's making a real push for 2018. Frank Yallop was actually Ian Russell's coach at San Jose Earthquakes too, so they're good friends.
Seth Kasipli and that dark mustache getting ready to check in. Kasipli had taken over the starting job in the midfield for Reno, but Ian Russell electing to give the nod to Luis Felipe Fernandez tonight. But Kasipli will check in now here in the 58th minute. Once again, our substitutions presented by the Les Schwab Tire Center. Also want to remind you that to celebrate every climb safely, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, great beer, great responsibility.
Yeah, just straight swap. Seth Kasipli will slide in on that right side of the diamond. He's a very technical player. Look for him to get the ball and try to initiate the counterattack with his passing range.
Sacramento coming on the attack. Horde into Ochoa, back out to Horde. Centers, dangerous spot here, blocked by Tarbell. Not out of trouble yet, and that one will go out of play. Wow, another stupendous job by Andrew Tarbell.
Oh, Horde has been so good getting on that right side and getting dangerous crosses. And here's another one, and it finds Cazares on the far post. But Tarbell makes a huge save here.
It looked like it was Kasipli, actually. Kasipli slid in and saved that one. It just took too long to get to Cazares. He was wide open in front of the net. You saw Tarbell, who was in the left post, having his sprint back the other way, and it was Kasipli who slid in and kicked that one out of trouble.
That's how much this Reno team has bought in the philosophy. Brent Richards, Andrew Tarbell, and Seth Kasipli all threw themselves at that shot. They are making sure that they keep this shutout today, and great defending from the three of them to keep that away from the goal.
Throw in, finds Opino. Antoine Opino gets into the box, and nice job there by Julius James, sending it back to his keeper to get that one out of trouble. And once again, Antoine Opino, very disruptive in the backfield.
Yeah, as we saw with the goal, Sacramento doesn't have the fastest center backs. Chris Christian's not very quick. Julius James isn't super quick. So Opino is going to try and get behind them. That's why they've been trying to sit back so much, to prevent that space that Opino loves to run into.
LaGrasse again, racing in. This time he punches it out of play. Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Throw-in goes to Jeremy Hall. Cazares sends it back for James. Here come the Tower Bridge Battalion, the supporters club from Sacramento, getting loud here in the second half. Into the box again goes Sacramento, and unable to control it is Cheney, and another goal kick coming for Tarbell. You know, a win here tonight would really be something for Reno. This has been billed as kind of an instant rivalry between these two teams, and the last thing Sacramento wants to do is to lose to an exhibition side like Reno, especially when they're being billed as their rival, and especially in the very first regular season match. This is a pretty proud USL franchise, and it would not sit well with them to give Reno 3 points tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure the Sacramento fans almost view Reno as their little brother. You know, new expansion team. Doesn't quite have the illustrious success that this Sacramento team has had in USL. So a win for Reno would be huge to really stamp their ability into this USL.
Sacramento burst onto the scene themselves in 2014 as a first-year club in the USL. They won the championship that year. And they've had good clubs every year since. This is a team that would like to advance up to the MLS level. They are not affiliated. Shot on goal this time, headed and punched away again by Tarbell.
What an excellent save from Andrew Tarbell. He was on his back foot, and he had to do a lot to get that over the crossbar.
Kiffey centered it into the box. A headed attempt there by Hall, and Tarbell, who's a big goalkeeper, able to get his big right palm on that one and send it out of play. But a corner kick coming now for the Republic, and here comes, once again, the leading chance creator in the USL, and Danny Barrera. Barrera gets it in, Tarbell again! This 24-year-old has been up to the challenge tonight.
Yeah, a few big saves here for Andrew Tarbell. This one doesn't look too difficult, but it helps being 6'3" to make that look easy, because that was a good header.
Tarbell, first-round pick by the Earthquakes last year, and some think maybe the goalkeeper in waiting in San Jose.
Oh, definitely. He's a very good goalkeeper. We saw in the first half the save he made on Blackwood, quick to get off his line and make sure that there was no angle for that shot. And
Richards gets it into Weehan, and that one is cleared away. Weehan taken down, now Opino. Antoine, left-footed strike, but into the hands of Newton. Nice job there, Brent Richards creating that chance. He took the ball from midfield, and he directed that one all the way into the box, and really gave Reno a good chance there.
Yeah, Brent Richards adds a whole new dimension to this Reno team, able to get up the field on that right side. He's an athletic guy. He's able to get up and down the field, put good crosses in, score a couple goals too, as we saw the excellent winner against Rio Grande Valley.
Barrera will send it wide for Kiffey. Kasipli will come over to help. Centered back for Cazares. LaGrassa again aggressively going after it. Dane Kelly comes up to help. Kelly's able to clear it away, and a whistle blown as Kelly and Barrera come together. And this time, again, Corraleva has just seen enough from some of the play here tonight as the yellow cards are starting to come out in regularity, this time going against Danny Barrera.
Yeah, no need for Barrera there. Just comes in real late on Dane Kelly and just slides into him. Definitely a yellow card for me.
Here's LaGrassa coming in and frustrating matters for Barrera, and you see him there getting a little bit too physical there with Kelly.
Yeah, and they didn't show the second challenge either, which was what got him the yellow.
Jordan Morrell trying to spin away from Horde. He will. Gets it up to Opano. Defenders never like to see Opano getting into a position like he is now. Puts it between the legs of James, and James throws him down, and that was very close to being inside the box. Julius James going to be blown for a foul there, and he is really lucky that that was not inside the box, or we would be looking at another penalty kick created by Antoine Opano.
All Reno 1868 has to do is send Opano through, and he'll do the rest. He'll take people on one-on-one. He'll get past him, and then he'll earn that foul for guys like Brenton Griffiths and Jimmy Ockford to get up for a header.
Like you were saying, he loves to play behind the defense.
Yeah, he'll get behind there, get the ball on his feet, and take people on. He's so good at that.
Here's a set piece from Chris Wehan. With his right foot into the box. Brent Griffiths throwing his hands up, trying to make a case. That was last touch by Sacramento, and the referees agree. And now Wehan will come at it from the corner. Wehan has been a part of 4 assists this year for Reno. That is tied for 5th in all of the USL. First-year player, 23 years old, after a really good college career at New Mexico. Guy that really plays with a chip on his shoulder and feels like he not only belongs here, but maybe at the MLS level as well.
I think he has so much quality, Chris Wehan, both defensively and offensively. He's so good at the press, winning the ball high up the field, and then he transitions so quickly. That's his best asset, is the way he transitions and initiates attacks.
Wehan's kick into the box, headed away, this time by Sacramento. And out of trouble, but not going to be cleared for long, as once again we will go to another Reno corner.
Yeah, Chris Wehan will make the jog over the other side of the field to deliver another corner kick.
Both teams now 4 corner kicks apiece. Sacramento's advantage on the ball has extended 60% of the time, but yet it's Reno with more shots on goal and, more importantly, right now the 1-0 lead. Wehan. Ockford tried to come up and head it. Now Griffiths puts his left foot into it. That one's going to blast off into the grassy area.
Yeah, going back to the point of possession, Reno 1868 will be okay with Sacramento passing the ball around their center backs, because they know if they win that ball, then that's when they're dangerous.
Goal kick from Evan Newton. He's not given up very many goals this year, only the 7th he has allowed in 8 matches this season, when Antoine Opano found the back of the net towards the end of the first half. James Kiffey tried to use his head to keep that one in front of him. Instead, it goes out of bounds. And Seth Kasipli came in just after halftime as a substitution. And now Kasipli will send it back towards Brent Richards.
Brent Richards has that long throw. He's able to spring up and open behind the defense, but can't quite get to Dane Kelly there.
And it looks like Reno blown for offsides, but trying to get a little creative there. Sacramento quickly wants to go the other way. Brent Richards coming in hard for the head there, and Katja Koroleva blows her whistle again. Let's take another look. Richards comes in and barrels over Christian Cheney, and a set piece opportunity coming up for Sacramento.
Yeah, Richards is just going for the ball there, but he gets a hand in the back, so foul for Sacramento Republic.
Vans Coors Light reminds you that every climb deserves a refreshing finish, and every night deserves a safe ending. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Greater beer, great responsibility. Here's Barrera, always dangerous in these types of spots. Barrera will just send it wide. Gets it to Kiffey. Kiffey with his left foot gets it in there. Unable to be controlled by Ochoa. Openo gets it. Now LaGrassa.
Well done from Openo there to find LaGrassa. And now Reno can settle down the ball.
Brenton Griffiths. Up to Morrell. Stolen away. And luckily for Reno, Cheney couldn't control it. Otherwise, he would have been in a pretty good position there.
Yeah, Jordan Morrell has to be more careful of that. He's not under a lot of pressure. He just gives the ball away needlessly.
Openo timing it up there for Kasipli. Seth will spin around, wait for more bodies to show up. Gets it back out to Antoine. Tries to put it into the box for Mafeka and pushed away by Sacramento. Here comes a quick counter the other way. Blackwood can't break through the Reno defense. Let's see if Reno can spin it around. Mafeka looking for Kelly.
Excellent ball.
And just out of the reach of Dane Kelly, but a good look there from Lindo Mafeka.
That's where Mafeka's dangerous, when he can get in those pockets of space and then hit those through balls or dribble at people. Well done from Mafeka, but just a little bit too much for Dane Kelly there. Newton did well to get to that.
20 minutes of regulation left as Reno tries to make it 4 straight here at Greater Nevada Field and a chance to move into 3rd place in the Western Conference standings. Blackwood wide for Ochoa. Sacramento will set something up now with Barrera. Left foot gets it to the corner. Set up there. Tarbell will come up and pick it up. Fans of the USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world, featuring some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date with all the latest league news and information by visiting uslsoccer.com and follow them on Twitter at USL. Chris Christian puts his left foot into it, and too strong as he was trying to find Sammy Ochoa, and a throw-in coming for Reno 1868.
Good catch there from the backup keeper, Russ Clabo, on that.
The boys over on the bench don't look like they are enjoying themselves very much. I'm sure they like the 1-0 advantage, but I don't think they like this return to winter very much, do they?
No, it was a big shock. Suddenly it's cold and windy out there in Reno. So
went from like 95 to about 50.
That's Reno for you. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
Barrera. Back to James and now Christian again. Hall with a good ball there for Ochoa. Back out. Chance here for Cheney. Poked away by Ockford and cleared by Kasipli. Kelly, chance to try and win one there. LaGrassa again steps up and wins it.
Well done there from LaGrassa to initiate a counterattack.
Here comes Dane Kelly. Kelly, right-footed strike, and it's in! Dane Kelly! He's done it again! Number 60 of his career. And Reno takes a commanding 2-0 lead.
You can't give Dane Kelly that kind of space because he will exploit it every time. Wonderful long shot there to put it on that lower left post.
And you can see Julius James trying to get in front of it. Look at the spin he put on that ball. Unbelievable. Number 12 of the season. He is having some kind of year. If it ended today, he would come home with a golden boot. Unbelievable touch.
Looks like it took the slightest of deflections from James to put that spin on it, but it was still a wonderful shot there from Dane Kelly.
And listen to these fans now chanting, Reno, Reno, Reno. And they are loving this here tonight against their rival, Sacramento.
You notice where that play came from? Another Matt LaGrassa win in midfield. He's been on fire today. Well done from him against his former club.
I mean, he hasn't scored any goals. He hasn't assisted any, but you could make a strong case that Matt LaGrassa deserves to be man of the match tonight.
He'd be my man of the match so far today. He's been everywhere. Also make a case for Openo as well, though.
And that's the beauty of this Reno team. They are so deep, 1 through 11, and down into their bench. Such a quality roster constructed by Ian Russell and the San Jose Earthquakes here in their first season. Trouble here as Tarbell leaves the goal. And boy, James Kiffey is not going to sleep tonight after having that kind of look at a wide open net.
Yeah, Kiffey has to do better there. Doesn't catch it right, and it's an easy shot wide for Andrew Tarbell. But going back to this Reno team, something that Ian Russell and assistant coach Eric Bucheri have spoken about is attitude. They want players with the right attitude, willing to put in the work. And every single one of these 1868 players will die out there on the field for this team. They're so impressive at just the work they put in, the togetherness they have, and the team chemistry they have going forward as well.
Kelly wanted a penalty there as he was thrown down to the ground, but not going to get it from Koroleva this time. Fan, you can celebrate your Independence Day weekend with Reno 1868 Friday, June 30th. Reno takes on Phoenix Rising, and then again Monday, July 3rd against Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2. Make sure to say post-match July 3rd for the best Independence Day fireworks show in Northern Nevada. For tickets on both of these Independence Day weekend matches, you can head to Reno1868fc.com.
I'm excited for the June 30th matchup. Didier Drogba's coming to town. Hope he'll get some minutes.
Here comes Kelly again. Can he get another chance here? Kelly, right foot, blocked away. Openo's there. Antoine Openo trying to break through the defense. Kelly again. Kelly! Oh, and just wide of the nets. Oh, Dane Kelly in the face says it all. What a good strike and a great save by Evan Newton. And a good job of that Sacramento defense to prohibit Antoine Openo from putting that in the back of the net.
Credit to Openo there. His first reaction was to be disappointed for not getting the pass, but instead what he does is he keeps the pressure on by winning that rebound and trying to get a goal for himself. So well done, Openo there.
Jordan Morrell will send it out, and a throw-in coming from Sacramento. Fans, Greater Nevada Credit Union, the official sponsor of Greater Nevada Field. A 2-0 lead for Reno going into the final 15 or so minutes, including stoppage time. Ockford gets it out to Kasipley. I'd have to go back out and look, but that last goal, I believe it was LaGrassa won it, got it to Kasipley. He had the perfect ball to get it up to Kelly, and then Dane did the rest.
Yeah, no, it was an excellent team play. It was exactly how Reno wants to play, winning the ball and catching them before they can set up into a defensive shape. Well done there from the whole team.
Here comes Kasipley across midfield.
A lot of room to run for Kasipley. No one's challenging on him.
Finds Kelly. Kelly waiting for some help. Sends it across to Weehan. Reno will take some time to set it up this time. Now Richards. Back to LaGrassa. Trying to find Mafeka. Sacramento able to defend it. Both trying to put together a counter. Horde takes a shot at it, ricochets off of Jordan Morrell, and Sacramento will go back to the corner.
Well done from Jordan Morrell there. He knows how dangerous Horde has been on that line, and he holds him up and waits for that cross, baits him in, and then is able to get a block off. Good defending from Jordan Morrell.
Herrera back to the corner where he has taken a lot of these tonight. Headed away by Kelly. James going after it. Weehan beats him to it. Back out to Horde. Full service it in. Too strong, and that one's going to trickle out of bounds.
I love Dane Kelly's defending on corner kicks. Not a lot of strikers are willing to track back and make those headers away, but Dane Kelly is. He's not only a goal scorer, but all-around amazing player.
Don't you think that's something that has to impress not only the San Jose Earthquake, but other professional clubs as they evaluate Dane Kelly, not only as his goal scorer, but he seems like a guy that's not unwilling to go and help out on the defensive end, and he's not unwilling to be a good passer as well, as we've seen tonight, giving his team a chance to score a bunch of goals.
I think a past criticism in past teams of Dane Kelly was he wasn't really willing to put in the work. He had all the ability in the world, but in training he wasn't quite working 100%. He wasn't making these plays defensively that he does, and he's changed that. And I would be very surprised if he's on the USL roster next season. I'd be very surprised.
Reno wants it offsides, and it looks like they're going to get it.
Trevin Caesar in the lineup now. He has experience with OC Blues in USL, was actually Brenton Griffith's teammate there, the Trinidad and Tobago International.
Yeah, so it's James who has subbed out Caesar in. We expected Caesar to start this game. He had scored 2 goals and had 2 assists in his last 5 matches. He had a goal and an assist in that game in Sacramento last week in the U.S. Open Cup.
Yeah, but it was a bit surprising. But Paul Buckle, it looks like he switched into a 3-4-3 formation. Jeremy Hall slid into the back line. Now, which basically is what they were playing before, with Horde and Kiffey acting as wing backs now. And now an extra attacker in here.
Throw in from Richards, gets it all the way out to Kelly, who's in front of Christian. Kasipli out to Richards. Kasipli will keep it in front for the moment. James Kiffey's got it now, back down to Christian. Fans, you can stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times.
If this result holds, it will be a huge statement of intent to the league for this Reno 1868 team. Not only are they winning, they're winning against teams like Rio Grande Valley, like Sacramento Republic. They've been doing very well for themselves, and Ian Russell has to be proud of the way this team has been playing.
Well, I think they win this game, and I think there's no argument, not only in the standings, but just in actual play, that Reno is very well one of the top 3 teams in the Western Conference.
Yeah, in the last month, they might be the best team in the USL right now. They've been winning games by huge margins.
They haven't had a chance to play the likes of Sacramento or Real RSL Monarchs since an early part of the season. Would be very interested to see that matchup now.
Yeah, I think San Antonio Real Monarchs are going to be lucky that they played Reno when they did, because you can't imagine that the results staying the same after the way they've been playing lately.
Well, playing when they did and playing them at home.
No, absolutely.
Kelly trying to get sprung there, but he's called offsides. And quickly put back in by Christian.
This is something Ian Russell did last game. Openo has slid into the right side, and they're going to play a 4-2-3-1. Really try to make sure that those fullbacks can't get high up the field. Chris Weehan and Antoine Openo are going to track those runs.
Well, Reno has seen a couple games go up in flames late. They had 2 against Colorado. It's amazing. You look back, and what if Reno wins those 2 against Colorado and Vancouver? You could be talking about a Reno team that's vaulting towards first or second in this Western Conference.
Yeah, an extra 4 points would put them closer to Real Monarchs.
Brent Richards taking a shot at it. Had a goal from that spot in the last game on Wednesday. And a former striker himself turned defender, taking a chance at it there and didn't miss by much.
Yeah, he just takes the ball up the field himself, and it's a great shot, but just wide there.
Richards, not only a forward, but he was a really good one, the all-time leading scorer for the Portland Timbers under-23 program. 26 goals in 37 games. He was the first homegrown player by the Portland Timbers to play for them and did get 6 games of MLS time back in 2012. Spent a couple years with their USL team, the Portland Timbers 2. And now here with Reno in 2017. He's a University of Washington product, and that connection helped bring him to Ian Russell, who also is a former Husky himself.
Ian Russell was speaking about it the other day. Brent Richards actually broke his goal-scoring record that he held at UW. So good goal scorer collegiate level as well.
Probably a little bit of a jostling between those two about that.
Ian Russell was quick to point out that he had more assists, though.
As competitive as Ian Russell is, I don't think he's going to let something like that slide too quickly.
Oh, he's a competitor. You should see him jumping into training all the time. He always wants to stay after practice and do free kick challenges against the players. He's someone who just still loves playing.
Just what a wonderful coach he has been for this franchise. Reno as an expansion team, again, they could never, I think, have imagined that their season would be going as well as it is in their first year, and a lot of credit goes to the work done by Ian Russell, not only to help put this roster together, but to keep this team together when they started off in just, frankly, a horrible fashion.
Yeah, the whole Reno 1868 organization, not just Ian Russell, not just Eric Bucheri, but the GM, Andy Smith, the president, Eric Edelstein, they have to be very proud of the work that's been done for this Reno 1868 team. It's been nothing short of incredible.
A lot to be proud of for this organization, and the way the relationship between them and the San Jose Earthquakes has begun. It has been a very good relationship and off to a good start here in this first season.
Definitely a very good start. Reno's been able to enjoy players like Lindo Mafeko.
Here we go. Seth Kasimpli tries to center it for Kelly, and Kasimpli may have been better off taking that himself. Now Mafeka almost had it. Newton with a great save. Seth Kasimpli got into the box. He could have had a one-on-one chance at goal. Instead, he tried to center it for Kelly, and he might be kicking himself.
Yeah, he looks disappointed with the decision he made there because he could have put that away himself, but he tried to square it to Dan Kelly and it just did not come off. But a great shot there from Lindo Mafeka.
Openo thrown down to the ground by Kiffey. Now a throw in. We'll go for Richards. Richards gets it into Kasimpli. Back out for Openo and kicked away by Sac Republic. Soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com.
Now this is how you see out a lead. Instead of sitting back and defending deep in their own box, Reno just took the pressure to them, and now they have sustained pressure in Sacramento's half. That's a true winner's mentality.
And Reno, to put it bluntly, going for the kill here. 87th minute approaching as Sacramento tries to regroup quickly the other way.
Good hold-up play from Sammy Ochoa, and Horde puts in a cross. Brent Richards does well there.
Got to say it again, too. Andrew Tarbell looks like a keeper that has a very bright future ahead of him. He has been sensational tonight to keep a clean sheet. We'll see if he can finish that off here in the final couple minutes. He has made some great saves that have really changed the tide of this contest.
Yeah, excellent saves today from Andrew Tarbell. He's been huge, especially in the first half, that save from Blackwood. He's someone that the Quakes organization has to be very excited about.
Great opportunity for him to get a couple starts here this week in Reno, and he's been the first to say he doesn't want to go and sit on the bench in San Jose. He wants to play and get out there and see reps, and for San Jose, this helps continue a great relationship where they get the opportunity to do this as we have a little bit of a break in the action right now. Reno, the man down towards midfield as Dane Kelly is helped up. He has not been 100% as of late, and took a shot there as he will slowly limp towards the Reno sideline, and it looks like they'll let him rest the rest of the match as Mac Pridham will check in for the final couple minutes.
Yeah, Dan Kelly's the type of player who you want to be careful about. He'll always get little niggling injuries if he plays too much, so good to get him out there, get him some rest. They have a week off after this, and get Mac Pridham some minutes against his former club.
Pridham, a Toronto native, product of Cal Poly, began the season as a starter at forward for Reno, but has seen his role move to the bench. Certainly a capable goal scorer himself.
You should see him in training. Everything that falls his way is in the back of the net. It's unbelievable what he does in training.
Well, Ian Russell called him one of the best finishers he's ever seen, and that includes Chris Wondolowski from San Jose, and that is saying a lot.
That is saying a lot, and Ian Russell will hope that that translates into games because he is such a pure finisher. Right foot, left foot, head, it doesn't matter. He's going to put him away.
Well, I mentioned the fact that Reno has already played and lost to the RSL Monarchs. Real Salt Lake's USL team. They will get a chance for a rematch on Monday, June 19th. Once again in Salt Lake City. Odd that they'll have to play there twice before the Monarchs will come here, but a chance for Reno to face off against a team that has been superb this year, and a real chance for Reno to show that they can compete with the best of the best in the Western Conference.
Yeah, it'll be a chance for them to show that they're not that team they were 2 months ago. It'll be a little shot at redemption for them and to slow down this Real Monarchs team who keeps winning.
Monarchs first in the table, 11 wins, just 1 loss. They've got 33 points. As we head into stoppage time now, 3 minutes added here tonight at Greater Nevada Fields. San Antonio currently in second. They've played 13 matches. They've got 31 points. And then a huge difference, as you'll see, Reno, they're going to move up to third with 18 points. Or rather, excuse me, Colorado Springs getting a victory tonight, and they've played 3 more matches than Reno. So, unfortunately, Reno will go to fourth because of that victory by Colorado Springs, but still a big, big win coming here tonight at Greater Nevada Field if they can hold on here in the final couple of minutes.
If those 2 draws against Colorado Springs went differently, those 2 stoppage time equalizers didn't happen, they would have a substantial lead over them.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, what a difference a minute or 2 can make.
Nice ball there. LaGrassa out to Weehan. He's met, though, by Barrera, who sprays it out of bounds. Reno on the road for 2. They'll be in Salt Lake June 19th, June 24th. They'll go to Portland to play the Timbers 2. That'll be a much different kind of a matchup. They have only won 1 match this year. They are at the bottom of the table with only 4 points, 1 win and 11 losses for the Timbers 2.
Yeah, this league, teams view it in 2 different ways. Some teams want to win and some teams want to develop for the first team. In Portland Timbers, they play a lot of young kids, and it's good experience for them, but that record doesn't look very good for them.
Sacramento trying to break the clean sheet, and Tarbell is not going to let it happen. Another look here. Too easy. And that is it tonight. Big hug from Jimmy Ockford and Andrew Tarbell. And Reno 1868 is victorious once again. Battleborn 2-0 against their rival Sacramento, and the flag has officially been planted into the ground. Reno 1868 is here to play in their inaugural season.
Huge team performance from Reno 1868 here. They weathered the storm, a lot of early pressure from Sacramento Republic. They got a goal against the run of the play, and the second half was all Reno 1868.
A goal in the first half by Antoine Opino, a goal in the second half by Dane Kelly, his career number 60 and 12th of the year. That leads both the USL all-time and here in 2017. It's going to be a party tonight in downtown Reno. We'll step aside, come back with some post-game remarks and highlights from this one. Again, though, the final, Reno prevails over the Republic 2-0. We'll step aside for more United Soccer League action right here on My 21 TV after this break. The Battleborn Brigade is going to have some fun tonight in downtown Reno after 1868 dismantles their rival Sacramento by a final score of 2-0. Reno has now won 4 in a row here at Greater Nevada Field as they continue to rise up the table in the Western Conference. Alex Margulies alongside Colin Tabor. And Colin, let's take a look at the highlights from this one. Again, Reno got a goal in the first half. And once again, Sacramento, they had a lot of chances in this one. And early in the second half, this one right here, certainly one they'll look back at, wanting to have another chance at.
Yeah, great cross from Horde there. He was able to get up the field so many times, and Sam Ochoa heads just wide.
Reno, early in the second half, got an opportunity into the box for Opino. You said it there. He had a perfect job to let that one go and let Felipe take a crack at it. Could not complete it. And then look at this save by Tarbell. Tarbell and Kisipli coming in. And again, Reno's defense tonight was superb.
Yeah, they really were. Throwing themselves at every challenge, making sure they get that shutout today. Well done from Reno 1868's defense.
Andrew Tarbell, the product out of Clemson. Maybe a future MLS star in the making. And it has been a pleasure to watch him here in Reno. And then the all-time leading scorer in USL history, Dane Kelly, number 60 in his 6-year career, number 12 of the year. And you can see it there. It did catch a piece of James. What a finish from the Jamaican.
Yeah, this guy just scores goals from everywhere. In the box, outside the box, it doesn't matter. What an incredible goal scorer, Dane Kelly.
He was named man of the match here tonight at Greater Nevada Fields, and hard to argue with that. He created so many chances for his team. He has now scored in 6 consecutive matches. Said it a couple times, I'll say it again. Dane Kelly right now cannot be stopped.
USL teams have to be scratching their heads thinking, how do we stop this man? But I don't think it's possible at this point. He just keeps scoring.
So Reno does exactly what they had hoped for here tonight. They get another win here at Greater Nevada Field. You said before the season, Ian Russell wanted to make this place a fortress. It is certainly turning into one.
Absolutely, and they really showed a lot of resolution this week. 2 difficult games in Rio Grande Valley and Sac Republic, and they showed that they can get those gritty wins, and here in the second half, they were brilliant.
Well, Reno has firmly planted their flag into the ground and announced to the rest of the United Soccer League that they are here to play in their first season after a big and resounding 2-0 win over Sacramento. Reno now 5 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws. That gets them 18 points now and moves them up to 4th. This is a team that was in dead last about a month and a half ago, and they have not been beaten since April the 15th.
The turnaround has been incredible, simply incredible. Teams wrote off this Reno 1868 squad, but they show that they are a real force, and if they keep this run of form all season, they could be looking at first place in the West. I know San Antonio and Real Monarchs they're kind of running away with it, but this Reno 1868 team has been sensational.
So 2 games on the road coming up for Reno 1868. Again, they'll get a chance to take on the Real Monarchs June 19th at Rio Tinto Stadium. And then after that, a matchup against the Timbers 2 in Portland. Next home match, we got 2 in a row coming up June 30th and July 3rd against Phoenix and the LA Galaxy. Want to thank our entire production crew here at Greater Nevada Field. It has been a pleasure once again. For Colin Tabor, I'm Alex Margulies saying so long from the biggest little city where the Reno 1868 Football Club topped Sacramento 2-0. Have a great night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.